Dartmoor, a rural haven in the southwest of England, is where I called home for the first 18 years of my life. A gentle land of natural beauty, so distant and so different from the pressurised container that is London. So while I was growing up here, especially by the time I got to 18 years old or so, I couldn't wait to leave. I really wanted a faster paced way of life, more things going on in the evenings, more people around and all that sort of thing. But now, when I come back, I can really see the appeal, really see how beautiful it is, both landscape, people, everything. When I was younger, parents and grandparents would take us here and other places like it. Me and my brothers would spend whole afternoons playing hide and seek and other games in these rocks, getting completely lost. I'm so fortunate to have grown up here and be able to have all this on our doorstep. And growing up here in Devon has also influenced me in a number of ways which have really helped me become a professional musician. As a musician, you end up spending so much of your time just by yourself, just in a room, you alone, just practicing. And a huge advantage I had growing up somewhere like this was most of my friends were maybe a 40-minute, maybe even an hour's drive away. So it could be quite difficult to meet up all the time. There wasn't really like a central social hub you could go to. So you end up getting really used to your own company. And I spend hours in this tiny room that I can almost touch the walls of when I stretch out, just practicing, working on my scales, improvising, playing Charlie Parker solos out of the Omnibook before I knew how I should properly transcribe. And I think if I'd grown up somewhere that had a bit more going on, I might have not have developed that character trait to be able to spend so much time somewhere just myself. And without that, there's no way I'd be the musician I am today. You can't really do anything quickly in Devon. Getting from one place to the next takes quite a while because everything's so far apart. And going back 15 years when I was living here, you couldn't even take a phone call very easily. The only place in the whole village that had good signal was up in these woods. So you'd be in these woods as a teenager, phoning your friends, arguing with your partner, all the things that teenagers do. But rather than your own house, you'd have to go up to these surroundings. Quite a nice little area to do it, to be fair. But the quarter of an hour walk definitely slows life down. To be honest, I think it's kind of a good life skill to have, right? Being used to things taking time, especially as a musician. Spend so long practicing, results can be slow sometimes, it might take you a while to get your first gigs and all that sort of thing. So it's a good thing to be used to. And this place has also had quite a big impact on the music I make. So it's this beautiful countryside, but it's kind of got this air of melancholy about it. Right, it's so much open, quite barren land, and not really much grows here other than bracken and a few trees. And that hint of melancholy is often there in the music I make, especially in the compositions that I write. And even on tunes that are meant to be happy and uplifting, there's often this hint of melancholy within those melodies. Not something I've tried to do consciously, but I think it's just the influence growing up here has had on me personally. Walking on the moor can sometimes be a little bit like your own Indiana Jones adventure for really tame, unadventurous people. So as much as I love living in London, it's great being surrounded by incredible musicians and having so much music I can go out and see, whether that's going to a gig, a jam session, or even a theatre show. This place made me who I am and helped me become the professional musician I am now, and I wouldn't change that for the world.